Welcome to our next episode on Alexander the Great. We're right here at the Gaugamela battlefield, where two armies are gearing up for an epic showdown. On October 1st, 331 BCE, near the village of Gaugamela, two of the ancient world's greatest armies stood poised for a battle that would decide the fate of an empire. On one side, the vast, multi-ethnic host of Darius III, the Persian king of kings. His numbers were staggering. Perhaps 250,000 men arrayed on a massive, specially flattened plain, designed to maximize the impact of his scythed chariots and cavalry. Facing this ocean of soldiers was Alexander the Great and his battle-hardened Macedonian army. Outnumbered at least 5-1, Alexander's survival, let alone victory, seemed impossible. But Alexander was no ordinary general. He had a plan, a strategy so audacious it bordered on madness. This wasn't just a battle. It was a high-stakes chess match, and Alexander was about to make his opening move. As the sun climbed higher, a strange sight unfolded. Instead of advancing straight into the Persian horde, Alexander began to march his entire army, not forward but sideways, obliquely to the right. His elite companion cavalry, his royal guards, the hypaspists, and his infantry phalanx all moved in perfect, disciplined unison, almost parallel to the Persian line. This was classic Alexander, a move designed to confuse and provoke. He was drawing the Persian left wing further and further out, stretching their line thin. He was moving his men away from the death traps, the iron caltrops Darius had hidden in the ground. Most importantly, he was threatening to ride right around the end of the Persian army to outflank them completely. Darius, watching from his war chariot at the center of his line, took the bait. He couldn't let Alexander just march off the edge of the battlefield. He ordered his Scythian and Bactrian cavalry on his far left to charge, to stop Alexander's sideways drift. A massive cavalry clash erupted on the flank. The air filled with the thundering of hooves and the cries of men as horsemen slammed into each other. The Macedonians were hard-pressed, fighting desperately against superior numbers. Seeing the engagement on the flank, Darius decided it was time. He gave the signal to unleash his ultimate weapon, the scythed chariots. A terrifying wave of war machines, with razor-sharp blades spinning from their wheels, thundered towards the Macedonian center. This was the shock-and-awe tactic meant to tear the phalanx to shreds. But Alexander was ready. As the chariots bore down, a miracle of discipline occurred. The Macedonian light infantry opened their ranks on command, creating perfect channels for the chariots to pass through. Javelins and arrows rained down on the horses and drivers. Soldiers grabbed at the reins, pulling the crazed animals down. The few chariots that reached the main infantry line were met with a wall of shields and a forest of pikes, the soldiers banging their weapons to create a terrifying din. The feared chariot charge, the centerpiece of Darius's plan, was a complete failure. It fizzled out with barely a scratch on the Macedonian line.